Structural Geology and Rock Mechanics, Module 3. So, Engineering Geology is the course name, and course code is 18CV36 for Civil Engineering Department, Session 5. Tunnels, basic terminology and applications, site investigations. Tunnels are underground passages or routes used for different purposes. Tunnels are very important civil engineering projects. Tunnels lie underground, therefore safety and stability is much more important. Types and applications of tunnels. Tunnels are basically made to serve some specific purposes. Transportation tunnels made across hills or highlands to lay roads or railway tracks. Second one, traffic tunnels. Tunnels laid to reduce the distance between places to save time and provide convenience. Third one, diversion tunnels. The tunnels laid for diverting normal flow of river water to keep the dam side dry. So fourth, pressure tunnels. These are used to allow water to pass through them under force used for power generations. And discharge tunnels. These discharge tunnels conveying water from one point to another under gravity force like across hills. Sixth one, public utility tunnels. These tunnels laid for public supplies like drinking water supply, cables laying, sewage discharge or oil supply, etc. Geological considerations of tunnel sites. The safety, success and economy of tunneling depend on the various geological conditions. The important geological factors which interfere in civil engineering projects. Importance of rock types. The nature of rock types which are encountered along the tunnel alignment is very important for safety and stability of the tunnel. So suitability of igneous rocks at the tunnel. Site massive igneous rocks, that is the plutonic and hypoabyssal varieties, is very competent but difficult to work. Igneous rocks very strong, tough, hard, rigid, durable, impervious and tunneling, do not succumb to collapse, floor bumps, side bulges or to any other deformations. The volcanic rocks, too, in spite of their vesicular or amygdaloidal character, are competent and suitable for tunneling. The presence of vesicular or amygdaloidal structures in volcanic rocks are more easily workable than intrusive rocks. Sedimentary rocks at the tunnel site. Sedimentary rocks are less competent than igneous rocks. Thick bedded, well cemented and siliceous or ferruginous sandstones are more competent and better suited for tunneling. Shales are, by virtue of their inherent weakness and laminations, may get badly shattered during blasting. Limestones, dolomitic limestone, are harder and more durable. The calcareous limestone or porous limestones are naturally weaker and softer, is not desirable for tunnel site. Metamorphic rocks at the tunnel site. Metamorphic rocks, gneisses, are nearly similar to granites in terms of their competence, durability and workability. The gneissous structure may be advantageous in the excavation process. Schists, phyllites, etc., which are highly foliated and generally soft, are easily workable but necessarily require good lining, and it is not safe for tunneling also due to the schistosity and softness. And quartzite are very hard and difficult to work. They are more brittle to need no lining. Importance of geological structures. Effects of joints at the tunnel site. Most of the rocks in nature possess irregular cracks and regular joints. Joints in rock masses and clearly represent weakness. Joints are more qualitatively and quantitatively nearer the surface but generally disappear with depth. Closely spaced joints in all kinds of rocks are harmful. In sediment rocks, the occurrence of joints is undesirable because these rocks are originally weak and incompetent become still weaker. In metamorphic rocks, joints are not characteristic but are frequently present. Granite, gneisses and quartzites being very competent, schist and slates with joints will become very incompetent and necessarily requires lining. Marbles which possess joints are unsuitable for tunneling. Joints are root causes for the occurrence of sinkholes, solution cavities and channels. Fault at the tunnel sites. In tunnels, two faults are harmful and undesirable. The active fault or places is scope for further recurrence of faulting. The fault zone, even if inactive, or places of intense fracturing. The remedial measures of lining with concrete also becomes necessarily. Fault zones being highly porous, permeable and decomposed are the potential zones to create groundwater problems. Folds at the tunnel sites. Folds represent the deformation of rocks under the influence of tectonic forces. The folded rocks will be under considerable strain. In folded regions, the tunnel alignment may be parallel or perpendicular or oblique to the axis of folds. Further, the tunnel may run along the crest or tops or limbs of the fold. Effects of undisturbed or tilted strata at the tunnel sites. Horizontal beds. The horizontal or gently inclined beds conditions will be favorable for tunneling, but it is desirable that the bed concerned be thick so that tunnel passes through the same formation. If bed is thicker in same beds, if tunnel is passing, so that is desirable for tunnel sites. Thicker formation are more competent and tunnels will be safe and stable. Tunnels inclined beds. In inclined beds, the tunnels are made parallel to the strike of massive thick inclined beds. Tunnels that is parallel to the dip. An inclined tunnel driven along the dip of beds. The stability of the tunnel depends on the nature of the beds which forms the roofs. If along the dip, if tunnel is planning, so the beds will be formed as a roof type. The dip and strike galleries in coal mines are driven in this way, that is along the true dip and strike respectively of the coal seams. Thank you.